See, the Muslim leaders, they are all puppets nowadays. They are all puppets of Congress government. They are having their own hidden agenda. Every Muslim political leader or a Muslim political party, they are having either a medical college, they are having either an engineering college, they have been grabbed any land somewhere, they are on the work properties. So, if they are raising voice against what is happening, their own some may be damaged, their own whatever they are having. Like if I am having a medical college, I cannot raise my voice against the government, against the petrol rise or against anything is happening. Then the government will put up a counseling on me, and the government will ask me to keep quiet. What I am taking a huge money. So it's like that only. Any Muslim political, you name it in India, not only in Hyderabad I am saying. Either you see the role of this Muslim League in Kerala, you go and see what E. Ahmed is doing. E. Ahmed, he is working as a puppet of Congress government. What in Maharashtra the Muslim Congress MLAs are doing, what in Karnataka it is going on, what in Hyderabad it is going on. Directly or indirectly, all Muslim politicians are under the pressure of Congress. The Congress is indirectly ruled by RSS only. Indirectly, in the Congress top politicians nowadays, they are a member of RSS. They claim that they are the member of RSS. They go to parade there, they wear a knicker, they wear a baniyan. I was very much astonished. One minister of Nalgonda, he wore in Andhra Pradesh. The Muslim organization is a Majlis Ittehad al-Muslimin is a part and parcel of UPA in the center and the state. They did not raise a voice when one MLA, he wore a knicker of RSS, he wore a t-shirt of RSS, he sat in the parade in Nalgonda and he appreciated the RSS. Then they did not raise a voice. Not only this, the Congress mayor was there in Hyderabad, Kartika Reddy. He went and he shared the dais with Parveen Togadia. And the Majlis is a part and parcel of Hyderabad mayor. They did not raise a voice there. So this is the thing from low level to the upper level. And if I am a leader, if I am doing everything good to the community will not come to my party office. If there is a light problem, if there is a sewerage problem, if the roads are bad in the locality, then only the community will come to me. No? If the harassment is there, police harassment is there, then only the public will come to a leader. If any police area inspector or any harassment is there. So the Muslim leaders are also keeping quiet and giving a chance to the police officers to harass the Muslim youths. Unless and until my community is harassed, will they come to me, you tell me? They will not. The reality is that they will never come to me. If I go to the election, then who will vote for me, you tell me? Unless and until if the police harassment is there, police is arresting Muslim youths, some 50 in a locality, if some 10 people is lifted up, the entire locality will come to me for help. No, you tell me. Then I will telephone to a police officer, "Zara dekhiye bhai, kyun laye wo ladka ko?" Then I will keep up the phone and say, "Arey, he is involved in some terrorist activity. This team, he has spoken to some Saudi element. I will also create a story." So the fairness Muslim politicians should have, it is not there in the Muslim politics nowadays. The Muslim commercialization of Muslim politics has come. Here, whoever is of BJP, they are working for Hindutva, they are working for their own community, very tightly and very strictly they are working. They are working for their own community there. Here, what is happening in Muslim politics? Commercialization. You can name every MLA in India, Muslim MLA, every member of parliament. Either he is having a medical college, or he is having an engineering college, or he is land grabbed thousands of acres of Waqf property. What has happened in Andhra Pradesh? 30,000 crores of Waqf properties have been occupied. Nobody, no Muslim politician is raising their voice. In Andhra Pradesh Assembly, there are 15 Muslim MLAs. Nobody has raised their voice. If anybody has raised their voice, that was for only bank. See, Lagadapadi Rajgopal, he is a Vijayawada MP of a Congress. He is land grabbing. Dargah Isaac Madani Rahmatullah alayh, one land, 12,000 crores of land. He has acquired that. He has built up a very big mansion. Then what happened? Nobody raised voice, or it was raised in the assembly. He even lost the case in the High Court. Then the Andhra Pradesh government, Andhra Pradesh Industrial Infrastructure, went to the Supreme Court in support of Lagadapadi Rajgopal. The Congress government went in support of that land grabber Rajgopal. Instead, our Muslim politicians, they are in a part and parcel of UPA government in the center and state. They could have put up a force there. Why? With regard to Muslim boys being arrested. Previously, when Chandrababu Naidu was the CM there, Azam and Aziz were encountered. And the Congress government, before coming to power, they promised as soon as they come to power, they will have an inquiry into the fake killing of Muslim youth, fake encounters, fake arrests. Till today, after 9 years also coming to power, the Congress government did not give any inquiry. Even the Muslim politicians did not ask, we supported you, Muslims of Andhra Pradesh supported you, Rajshekar Reddy was the government, now Kiran Kumar Reddy is the chief minister now. No Muslim politician is asking for an inquiry into the fake killing of Muslim youth in Andhra Pradesh. Number of Muslim boys are missing till today. Some resident of Kishanbagh is missing, one Feroz of Dilsukh Nagar is missing. Some nearly 15 Muslim boys, either they have been killed or they are in the police custody. Nobody knows. Nobody asking. Even in this case of recent Ubaidur Rahman case, previously some 37 Muslim youths were sent to Gujarat government. The Gujarat police came here, they picked up Muslim boys. Our government, without verifying, even in the Sohrabuddin encounter case, the Supreme Court has banned the Andhra Pradesh police. They were in charge, these Andhra Pradesh police officers, they caught Sohrabuddin and they handed over to the Gujarat and Rajasthan police. Sohrabuddin was encountered fake Kausarbi and Prajapati. If the Gujarat police has done these 3 fake encounters, some responsibility lies on the Andhra Pradesh police also. Previously, when Gujarat police came to arrest Maulana Nasiruddin, one Mujahid Salim was killed. A FIR has been issued in the Saifabad police. These persons who have been arrested in fake encounter in Sohrabuddin case, they are in Sabarmati jail. Our Andhra Pradesh police is not having guts to go and bring that culprits of Mujahid Salim who was killed here. Till today they did not bring here. Only they have to do is they have to take a gate warrant from lower court here and put up in a Sabarmati jail superintendent. Sabarmati jail superintendent will hand over these culprits and they can bring here. Not in the since last 6-7 years. So this Mujahid Salim was encountered by in a fake and at DGP office by Gujarat police. Till today, not a single Muslim MLA raised the voice in the assembly. I was very much astonished. One time what happened, previously, there was a communal riot in Assam. One of our Muslim MP, he went suddenly there, within hours he was there. I thought why he got there. From his own constituency, after the Makkah Masjid, post Makkah Masjid blast in Lumbini and Gokul Chat blast, this MP was there here. 18 months the Muslim youths were in Chanchalgula jail. He did not, and in Charlapalli jail. This Muslim MP, he did not visit the jail to know about the facts. Why? He did not visit at Saidabad, Musrambagh, Akbarbagh, Gulshan Iqbal Colony. Some 36 Muslim women were arrested. You know that previously I am having that FIR copy. If you want, I will show you. Some 36 Muslim girls were arrested in Saidabad police station case. See,